Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling Godsmith. Um, this video tonight, guys. This is nothing. There's nothing towards it. This is wrestling. This is my own video that I'm thinking about. I'm actually gonna tell you something because this is what I thought of too. I think WWE is really losing themselves because you know what? After what I saw with NXT in the cruiserweight division, which I love the cruiserweight division, but I just feel like there's one guy in the cruiserweight division, and you guys probably know him as I do, or used to know him as he used to be named as another name. You know, the guy, the 205 GM, Drake Maverick. I think he isn't the guy that we're used to seeing. And I'm thinking now, because there's a lot of different times now, and I'm thinking because now there's this big influx of people, and I'm really like, they're not, I really don't feel like they're using him. And I feel like between him and Dexter Lumis, it's this big thing where I'm kind of thinking WWE's losing themselves. Like, remember, like, when WWE, and I'm using a reference, like, remember when, like, the Monday Night Wars happened and, like, WWE almost took everybody from WCW? But the one guy they never took was Sting or Disco Inferno, but they got rid of Buff. They kept Booker T. They got, like, they didn't even take Stevie Ray, which I'm kind of surprised, though. But you know what? You see, and I feel like this is WWE's, like, project in the mind where they're not really doing what they're supposed to do, which is really kind of sad because I feel like, you know, with the prop date, like even with the Revival being fired, I mean, getting their release and they didn't get fired, they wanted their release, which I kind of see where they're going with it. And I kind of feel like they're not doing anything with everybody because I mean I'm looking at the main roster and I'm looking at SmackDown as well, and I'm just like, you know what? I love Drew Gulak being on the main roster and him actually being able to do what he wants to do, but then there's this big gaping hole where Leo should have been when he before he got fired, and I'm like, everybody thinks that, like, everybody's taking this thing like he's taking it like it's a laugh, like it's a joke. Like, Leo, you took the brand, the cruiserweights, to an angle that we thought we would never get, and you get new guys like Hero del Fantasma. You get him, and you know, you get Kushida. You get guys like Alex Shelley, which he's on NXT UK, which I'm okay with that. But to a point, where are the guys? Like, this is what I mean, guys. Like, what is WWE doing? And I know we don't have any crowds, and I understand they're not used to that because they're used to being a giant and used to making ratings. Because look at the guys they had to get rid of, right? So they got rid of JBL off the commentary table because he was bullying Moro. Moro went to NXT, hasn't come back. And the funny thing is, the dude we should be seeing, we don't. I haven't seen Cameron Grimes. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen the dudes they like in Jordan Miles. They got rid of him because quote unquote Vince called him a slave, and I don't think he really meant to call him that. I think that's what people saw it as, and I'm like, you know what? And then you know what's funny? Like, when people in WWE gets, like, they get so many good, they get a great, their contracts don't make any sense. Like, even if you get on NXT, you're lucky enough to get a championship. And I feel like, yo, at least with the ruthless aggression and the attitude, like going into like the Federation era, going into the Attitude era, they were giving people a shot. And even if some people quit, they went to WCW and actually got better and actually honed their skills. Because look who they took. They took Dean Malenko, didn't know what to do with Dean Malenko. Took Lance Storm, made him into a joke. Because he was good on WCW, because I've seen what he could do. He was great. Didn't take Ming, didn't take the Barbarian and Ming, because I think they got fired or they left at the time. And then got rid of, then took, somehow, Eric Bischoff must have got Scott Steiner, because he wasn't even a part of the Alliance, because I didn't see him. Then they had Taz, they're trying to bring ECW and WCW in with them, but couldn't get the Sandman. But magically enough, you got him, like, what, 3 years later? 2005, you got him? And this is the thing I'm talking about. We don't never get anything new with WWE. AEW is a breath of fresh air because there's always some new dudes walking in saying, yo, we can actually do it. And they got Chris Jericho and Matt Hardy. So dudes from WWE are coming to AEW because they're actually getting a better shot and better money and better gimmicks and everything else. Look at John Moxley. dude was Dean Ambrose. I've seen the dude before he went to WWE. He could have been something in TNA. It was just that TNA didn't know what to do. TNA wasn't really trying to push a lot of things. They were kind of pushing a bunch of things that they were trying to do but couldn't get around to doing. That's why I kind of felt like, well, what are we doing? Why are we doing it for? What are we doing it for? That's my point. And then I'm like, you know what? What's the point of even having? And this is the thing. I feel in this thing, this is not a rant video, but I feel that WWE, whatever they're doing and whatever they're trying to do now, whatever they're doing, and I've seen it, and I've seen it 1,000 times, in every sense of the word, I've seen it all. And I just don't see the pain of it. I don't get the reason for it. I don't get it because it's literal blood under the sheets. It's literal blood everywhere, and it's like they're trying to kick the doors, and they can't kick the doors in. And I'm like, you know what? If anything, I'm pretty sure they would get rid of everybody if they could. I'm pretty sure they could have got rid of the New Day. And the thing, they got rid of Ryback because they tried to make that dude a Goldberg. They tried to make him into the next big show. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. And I'm seeing what they did to Ryback. And Ryback was part of Nexus. Pretty much got rid of all the dudes in Nexus. Except for the dude, basically Darren Young and then Titus. And Titus should have been fired. But you know what they said? You know what, Titus? We're going to give you a shot. We're going to make you a single star. We're going to make you do something better. We're going to push you. We're going to make you something. Make you make your own brand. Make you bring Akira Tozawa. Made him a star. Made that dude a god because he's at a level that he can't be even touched right now. Nah, but that's the thing. Nexus could have been something if they didn't have to put so many dudes from NXT in a group. Because you had a bunch of dudes that weren't doing nothing. You basically had you had Ryback. And they could have did something with him. What did they do with him? Tried to turn him into the next big show. Couldn't do nothing with him. Really? They couldn't do nothing. He was a big dude. And Ryback was like, no, dude. You had a great career, but they only pushed you so far because they tried to make you to the next Goldberg and couldn't do it. What they do with Braun Strowman? Finally got him off the Wire family, made that dude a big, strong monster, and made him finally get a push. He finally gets a singles title. He finally gets to be Universal Champion on SmackDown. He finally got to be Intercontinental Champion. And this is the thing, guys. This is what I'm talking about. WWE doesn't know. They're losing themselves. The reason why I say they're losing themselves is because at least with AEW and NXT, they know what they're doing with their talent. Because the joke is, how do you get the guy? You get Jake Hager, who used to be Jack Swagger. Yeah, everybody remembers Jack Swagger, right? Everybody remembers that dude, right? Everybody remembers Jack Swagger when we first knew him, like when he first came to WWE, and I actually remember that the dude, and I think his name, that dude from Harvard was Jack Swagger at the time. Because I'm pretty sure, because he was in the WWE before. It wasn't like he magically came to NXT, because I remember the dude that was in the dude that they gave that he won the contract in Tough Enough. That dude, he's Jack Swagger. Because he had the Harvard letters on his wrestling trunks. He was there. And look what happened to another guy they got rid of. Zach Gallen, which we didn't even know what happened to Zach Gallen. Because the dude, he was a one-legged dude, wanted to become a superstar, wanted to become a WWE wrestler more than anything, couldn't handle it, left. Another WWE superstar, Paul London. He gets fired for smiling at Vince. So they didn't even know what to do with him. You got rid of Billy Kidman, but you got rid of Billy Kidman, though. You brought in the NWO, but you only brought them in because of Hulk Hogan, because he was still a god in the WWE. he didn't really fire Rock because Rock could come back anytime and join if he wanted to work for them. He wanted to be a movie star and make more money. Why? You know, because he's The Rock. He already has financial success. So why? In the Ruthless Aggression era, could have did something to everybody and actually gave somebody a chance. What happens? They get the undisputed title. What happens? Oh, the dude who went through metamorphosis change was Bradshaw of the APA because he became JBL. Why would you be JBL? That's the thing I did not understand, dude. You were pretty much killing it. You actually knew what you were doing then. And the Acolytes let the Acolytes, you were good. You went from Acolytes, the Acolyte Protection Agency did that too. What happened to Heath Slater? They made that dude didn't make it when he was in Nexus, made him a tag team champion with Nexus. Came back, went his own way, did his own thing, came back again, got rid of Justin Gabriel, because we haven't seen Justin Gabriel in like what? Because we haven't seen him like since like what 2013, 2014. Yeah, I remember everybody who came in WWE, who came into the doors of WWE, even Kozlov. And that dude he's making Russian movies, bro. And he's still ripped, and they won't bring him back. Jimmy Wang Yang, I remember. That dude got fired. He's a party bus dude. Yeah, I remember. Deuce and Domino, they got fired and left. They don't even know what happened to Deuce and Domino because they tried to do that whole 50s gimmick. It didn't work in SmackDown when they hired him. Hayden Rock was a psychopath. What happened to Val Venus? Dude was a real dude in the 90s. He was a freaking porno star. And what happened? Got him went to become a pothead seller. Went to be a weed dude. Tyson Tomko as well. And I felt bad for Tomko. Christian becomes Hall of Famer, goes to TNA. That's what happened to him. But magically, all the dudes they let in, Matt Morgan, what happened to him? He goes to TNA. Brother went to TNA and went back, didn't come back to the wrestling scene. Now he's the governor of California. Yeah, I remember, guys, like I said, this is not a rant video, but like I said, it illustrates my point. Guys who WWE let so many people in, and they release so many people, and they try to rechange themselves, or they try to remake themselves, they only remade themselves because of NXT. If NXT didn't exist, we wouldn't be having Adam Cole right now. We wouldn't have Velveteen Dream right now. We wouldn't even have none of the dudes that we have. And I feel like they're losing themselves because they won't push the guys who actually can be wrestlers or actually can do something more in the company. Nah, let's make you a general manager of a brand that you can't build because they don't know how to build them. The reason why 205 died was because the Cruiserweight was a laughing stock because of freaking Mike Kanellis. Oh, I'm sorry. And the 24/7 title that didn't make no kind of sense bringing it into 2016. I love you, Mick Foley, but that was the dumbest thing you came up with. That's why. And we thought Mike Kanellis was gonna be better. He's gonna be like, I bought you. Yeah, you bought him in to make the Cruiserweight division better. Enzo didn't make it even better because he was worse. Tony Nese took that brand, did better with it. Buddy Murphy took it, made it better. Cedric Alexander made it better. Look, oh yeah, I forgot about Cedric Alexander though. Yeah. That's the point. The Cruiserweight division was better in the Ruthless Aggression because of Rey Mysterio, Gregory Helms, who used to be the Hurricane, who used to be Gregory Helms. I remember all this stuff because, like you guys, I'm a wrestling fan. I know what the times were. 205 was a massive dump because you know why it was a dump? Because they didn't know how to take everybody. They could have brought dudes from NXT UK to make the brand bigger, like Kenny Williams. You have Kenny Williams. You literally have Mark Andrews, who's a high flyer, and Flash Morgan Webster. You have him. And the funny thing is, And you had Noam Dar. And Noam Dar was the greatest guy. I thought he was good because I've seen him in NXT UK. He's freaking amazing. He's good. And what do they do with him? You know what's funny? Why couldn't you make Tyson Kidd the dude to run 205? So that way we could have had a manager to run it to make it better. Or Ray to instruct the cruiserweight to show them, like, yo, you guys can be stars if you let your inhibitions and let you just do what you love to do. Nope. He wants to make the Cruiserweight Classic. That was fine. That was fun, but you know what you know what NXT is doing? NXT is letting the Cruiserweights do what they're supposed to do. That's why I think NXT should be making another Cruiserweight brand like NXT 205. That would be better because that would actually bring people like Leo Rush back, like other dudes like Ricochet, and all these dudes we see who are high-flying gimps. I even feel bad for Matt Hardy. That dude don't even have a cruiser. He's never had the Cruiserweight belt. And I think he would be cool. Bring a legend in there. You know, it's just something, guys, like I said. But anyway, like and comment, subscribe, guys. Peace.